Boston, January 15th, 1919. It was a Wednesday, unusually warm for January. Workers were eating lunch in the streets. Children had just come out of school. And at 12:30 in the afternoon, the ground started shaking. Then a sound like 1,000 machine guns, and a wall of brown hit the street at 55 kilometers an hour. The Purity Distilling Company had built a tank, 27 meters tall, 27 meters wide. It held 8.7 million liters of molasses. The molasses was used to make industrial alcohol, including rum and munitions. The tank had been built fast, during the war, to meet demand. It had never been properly tested. Local residents had noticed it leaking for years. Children used to scrape the leaked molasses off the ground and eat it. The company's response? They painted the tank brown so the leaks wouldn't show. In January 1919, the tank was nearly full. A shipment of molasses had arrived from Cuba just days before. The temperature had dropped below freezing all week. Then, on January 15th, a sudden warm front came through. The cold molasses began to warm and expand. The rivets holding the tank together had never been adequate. An engineer had raised concerns about the tank in 1917. The company had ignored him. At 12:30 p.m., a rivet popped. Then another. Then the whole seam gave way. The tank exploded outward. The sound was heard across the city. A 30-meter section of the elevated railway was torn off its supports and dumped into the street. A freight car was thrown 40 meters. Buildings collapsed. Walls caved in. The wave of molasses was 5 meters high. It moved faster than people could run. Molasses is thick, dense, suffocating. In the cold air, it began to set almost immediately. People caught in it couldn't move their arms, couldn't lift their legs. Some were simply buried. The wave knocked horses off their feet and drowned them in the street. It pushed a firehouse off its foundations. Rescue workers arrived within minutes and immediately sank to their knees. Moving through molasses is nothing like moving through water. Every step took enormous effort. They pulled survivors out, one by hand. The Red Cross set up a relief station on the waterfront. The harbor water was turned brown from the molasses that drained into it. Sailors from a docked Navy ship joined the rescue. 21 people died. The youngest was 10 years old. 150 more were injured. Several victims were not found for days, buried under the hardened molasses. The cleanup took weeks. They used salt water from the harbor to wash the molasses away. It got into everything. Every crack, every basement, every shoe. The city of Boston was sticky for months. Old-timers in Boston would say for decades that on a hot summer day, you could still smell it. Some say you still can. 119 plaintiffs sued the Purity Distilling Company. The case took 6 years. The company claimed anarchists had blown up the tank. They had no evidence. The judge was not impressed. The investigation found the tank had been structurally inadequate from the day it was built. The company settled, paid out around $600,000. Scientists have studied the disaster ever since. The warm spell after extreme cold caused rapid fermentation inside the tank. Carbon dioxide built up faster than the tank could handle. Combined with the structural failures already in the metal, it was only ever a matter of time. Modern fluid dynamics researchers confirmed in 2016 that the wave behaved exactly as the witnesses described. A tank full of molasses destroyed a neighborhood in under 2 minutes. 21 people died, because a company built something too fast, ignored the warnings, and painted over the cracks. The Great Boston Molasses Flood. January 15th, 1919. One of the strangest disasters in American history. And probably the sweetest.